Hello Internet, and welcome back to more of The Legend of Zelda, Ocarina of Time. In the last episode, we got started and learned of the curse that is cursing the Great Deku Tree, and were given permission to enter his mouth. Phrasing things in these notes has been fun so far. This time, we're going to be heading inside and attempting to free him from this curse, so let's go. Inside the Deku Tree. Right away in this first room, there are some new enemies. Regular Deku Babas. We can use Navi to get information about anything. Hit it when it lunges at you and it will stand upright. Cut it quickly to get a Deku stick. As she says, we can do that, but if we kill it while it's not stood upright, it will drop a different item. Deku Nuts. Deku Nuts are effectively stun grenades. Let me demonstrate. Throw one, it stuns whatever is impacted by it. This doesn't work on most, bosses. In fact, it doesn't work on any bosses. But these are useful items throughout the entire game. You can use them on most regular enemies, including some you might not expect, and they also have unique interactions with some enemies that you might not know about. Look, Link! You can see down below this web using up. See up, specifically. That's true. Let's do that. If we look down, we can see that there's some water down below. However, there is nothing we can currently do to break this web, including using Deku Nuts. So we're just gonna have to move on, remember it for later. I'm gonna start by heading up here. I gotta say, this is my first time covering a Zelda game, so I'm a little nervous. Look at this wall. The vines growing on it give it a rough surface. Maybe you can climb it, Link. We could climb it, however, there are these Skullwalchulas. Be careful not to touch it. If you start climbing and you enter a Skullwalchula's line of sight, it will rush towards you and kick you off the wall, so it's gonna be pretty hard to climb this right now. We'll come back later. However, we do have this chest. Dungeon map. Press start to get into the subscreens and look at the map subscreen. Blue chambers are places you have already visited. Your current location is the flashing room. Yeah, okay, it's pretty obvious. We do have a map now, so we know exactly what every room in here looks like, and we can see where exactly we are and where... I mean, that's pretty much all we can see with this alone. However, this is going to be very useful in conjunction with a different item that we'll be coming across pretty soon. You can open a door by standing in front of it and pressing A. Pay attention to what the action icon says. That's the blue icon at the top of the screen. Yeah, this is our introduction to doors, I guess. Good point, Navi. A lot of the time, Navi does, tell things to you that make you sound like an idiot, but, yeah. We want to block this guy's nut back at him and then chase him while Z-targeting in order to get him to give up.
Ow, ow, ow! Forgive me, Master! If I give you a clue, will you let me go? When you jump off a high cliff, if you hold forward, you will roll on the ground when you land and won't get hurt from the fall. I can't guarantee it will work, though, if the cliff is really, really high. Well, try it if you're feeling bold.
Yeah, he's teaching us how to avoid fall damage. Good for him. We can grab this. Yeah, I wish I had talked about how to kill him before I killed him, but whatever. Can't win them all. In this next room, this platform is going to start crumbling as soon as we step on it, so we just want to jump across. Doesn't actually matter because there's vines to climb up here anyway, but okay. In this chest, you got a thing! You found the fairy slingshot. Alright. Press C to take it out and hold it. As you hold C, you can aim with the control stick, release C to unleash a Deku Seed. If you want to shoot right away, then you first press C, hold down C a little longer to get a seed ready. Yeah, okay. So, we're going to assign that to C down, and as you can see, this reticle is not here normally. This is added by the Ship of Harkinian PC port that I'm playing. Normally, you want to try and aim basically right in the middle of the two prongs on the slingshot. So right in the center there, as you can see, is going to be your ticket to actually aiming correctly. I added the reticle because I am terrible at this, and everybody I know, well, not everybody I know, but I've seen complaints about the way the slingshot is aimed online and how it's just kind of annoying, so I'm cutting myself some slack specifically for the slingshot. All the other stuff in this game that you have to aim, like, it's pretty easy. The reticle is only really necessary for the slingshot, I think, but yeah. The 3DS version did add a little, like, holder for the Deku Nut that you can even see in the icon for the slingshot, but it's not there in its 3D model. That makes it a little easier to tell where you're aiming, so yeah, another reason to play the 3DS version. But now that we have the slingshot, we can shoot down these Skullwalchulas, which is going to make climbing up a little bit easier. However, once you've killed those two, don't think you're done, because there is one more really high up here. Once we shoot him down, there we go. And now we are free to start climbing up. There are no more Skullwalchulas. Thank God. I hate them. Like, I hate spiders. Skullwalchulas are, like, just real enough that they freak me out a little bit. The skull is a little funny, more than anything, but the, like, spider legs and... Okay, hello. This is a big Skulltula. Its soft belly is its weak point, so as soon as it turns around, you want to just attack it. A jump attack, like the one I just did, is a basically double damage, so it would do the same amount of damage as a Deku Stick, and then this crouch stab actually does the same amount of damage as whatever the last move you use, so yeah, this can be used to basically get a bunch of jump attacks in quick succession. We'll be making use of that soon. Don't worry. Another way to deal with these, you can stun them and get behind them. However, I can't actually get behind this one. No reason to even bother, like, fighting all the big Skulltulas in here, though, because we can just head into the next room. They aren't threatening anyone. It's like what they always tell me about spiders. They're not hurting anyone. They're hurting my brain. Want to step on this switch. Switch has a bit of an interesting pattern, but I have a different spot in my notes where I want to talk about it. Well, I already messed that up. That's great. Love messing up a simple jump. It's always good in videos that people are watching and they can make fun of me for it. Step on the switch again. Jump here, jump here, jump here. There we go. Make it across, just barely. In this chest... the compass. Now you can see the locations of many hidden things in the dungeon. As you can see, if we check our map now, we can see there's a chest in this room with us. There's a chest here on the second floor. There's another chest on B1, and B2 is where the boss is located. The compass will basically allow us to see, like, entrances, exits, items in the dungeon, all sorts of things. It's really useful to have that in conjunction with the map. I would always recommend going for them as soon as possible. It's possible to, like, beat dungeons without them if you have them memorized, but honestly, as many times as I've played this game, even since I was a kid, I cannot get, like, these dungeons memorized. Obviously, this one, yeah, this is the first dungeon. It's the one you play the most, and even the second dungeon, honestly, isn't that hard, but from the third dungeon onwards, third main dungeon at least, it's gonna get a little complicated. Here, we have a recovery heart in the chest. Nice. We also have this. This is a gold Skulltula. Gold Skulltulas are completely harmless, unless you, like, faceplant into them. They stand still and wait for you to kill them, and when you do kill them, they drop this. You got a gold Skulltula token. You've collected 1 tokens in total. There are 100 of these to collect. I'll be going into more detail on what these are later, but for now, just know if you see a gold Skulltula, you should kill it and take its token. If you're capable of it. There are some that we can't get yet, like, obviously. Some are locked behind certain items and progression in the game and all that, but when you see one that you can get it. Okay. Now, I'm gonna kill this. Wait for it to despawn because its hitbox is still there. Our main goal here, We actually want to jump from that platform. You can see the recovery heart trying to guide you. We're trying to break that web. Now, there is an easier way to break it than what I'm going to do, but the way the game clearly intends for you to do is just taking a leap of faith, using the recovery heart as a guide. As long as you get close enough to the center, you'll break through the web and get to the bottom here. The way I was talking about, you can light a Deku stick, which we did to light the torch to get out of that last room. And then you can just come down and roll along the web, and the fire will catch to the web and break it. But we'll be doing that with webs later. Right now, you literally can just jump down and break that web as long as you get in the middle. There's a gold skulltula up here. This will be number 2. But there is also another one down here somewhere. Over there. Can't quite hear it, but it is here. All right. Want to shoot it with the slingshot? Jump attack. There we go. Got a gold skulltula token. 3 out of 100. Honestly, good progress with the first video they're appearing in. Want to step on this switch now. That'll light that torch and burn away the web, which is your hint that fire burns webs. Another recovery heart in that chest. I actually needed that one, I think, so that's nice. We want to jump down here, but not directly in the water, so then we can jump across here and carry this fire over here to open this door. All right. In here. Another one. Okay. I hit him with the Deku Nut, and he did not want it.
Please forgive me, Master. I'll never do it again. If you spare me, I'll teach you something cool. You will never beat my brothers up ahead unless you punish them in the proper order. The order is 2, 3, 1. 23 is number 1. Do you think I'm a traitor?
Quite literally, yes. That is the definition of what a traitor is, somebody who gives up the secrets of their allies. So yeah, I do think that. We are going to do that. So yeah, now we've learned that 23 is 2401. We're going to shoot the silver eye and head into the next room. In this room,
after you get into the water, if you hold down A, you can dive. I bet there are some interesting things underwater.
probably. If we get on that platform now, we'll just get hit by the platform and flung into the water anyway, so yeah, we want to dive under when we're actually in the right spot to hit this switch, which is going to lower the water level. All right. And now we want to get onto that platform if it's actually over here. Nope, it's all the way on the other side of the room. Don't worry, the timer for this platform is actually, like, pretty generous, so we should have at least 2 or 3 cycles to get across here. Yeah, there we go. Now we can just jump across. Big Skulltula. Kill it. God, I hate the way those look, like, on their underside. It's terrible.
Stand next to this block and grab hold of it with A.
Yeah, I know. That's pretty obvious, Navi. We want to grab hold of it and push it. And this block actually contains the first change that I'll be noting between the various versions of Ocarina of Time. In every Nintendo 64 copy of Ocarina of Time, the dungeon blocks, along with various other objects in the game, like the switches we've been seeing, have a crescent moon and star symbol on them. The crescent moon and star symbol in the real world is most famously associated with the religion of Islam, though it is also a prominent symbol of the Ottoman Empire, not Ominous Empire. That's the one from Star Wars. This symbol was changed to an equivalent one from Majora's Mask starting with the GameCube version of the game, and this was likely changed to avoid having any potential religious symbolism in the game, as there are other changes made to this game for this purpose in previous revisions. So yeah, we can climb up on this block. I am playing with this symbol because I don't think it's even remotely offensive. Like, I don't know, I can't say I'm Muslim or anything, so it's not my place to say so, but like, it's not disrespectful or anything, I don't think, so whatever. I'm gonna keep it in. No reason not to. I'm gonna be playing a version of the game that has most of the things that were in 1.0, so you are going to get to see a lot of, like, earlier stuff that might not be in versions of the game that you've played. Want to light those torches to get through here. There are also withered Deku Babas in here, or at least a withered Deku Baba and a regular one, so you can get more sticks if you need to. As well as these to get more Deku seeds if you need to, which are the ammo for your slingshot. In here, we can do that and then just slingshot him. I mean, we can just slingshot him. We don't even need to Deku nut him. Guy was turned around as soon as we entered the room. In this room, you may see some stuff falling from the ceiling. If we look up, that's creepy. This reticle is being really helpful. Okay, you need to shoot next to them, apparently. However, I want to keep one alive so I can show what happens. If you step directly under these, they will hatch into Goma larvae. These can get overwhelming in groups, but they only take a hit or two to defeat, and they can be stunned just by Deku Nuts, like most other enemies, if they're ganging up on you. And you should also remember your spin attack, as that can deal with a lot of enemies surrounding you at once, if you're better at executing it than I am. Just gonna get more seeds, because I did run out. Well, not run out, but I ran low. Through there is nothing we can actually do anything about as far as I know, so we're gonna ignore that one. We want to light our stick and take it over here. Yeah, for now there's nothing we can do with the wall that's just past the other web, so we're just gonna ignore it and leave that Deku Baba trapped for all eternity. And crawl through here. This brings us back to the lower part of the main room. Over here, we can push this stone block to create a shortcut. We're just going to push it over the ledge, which is going to take forever because Link is tiny. He's a tiny little guy. I just want to mention, young Link is like the cutest ever. When he comes up from the water, he makes the coolest sound ever. It's awesome. I love it. I've been watching Snapcube playing through this game as I've been doing research for this Let's Play, and it's been an absolute joy. So I may reference that a few times, but she absolutely adores the bah too, and yeah, it's great. It's wonderful. Now, all of these torches are way too high for us to reach with Deku sticks, which means the shortcut is actually necessary. We want to come over here, light our stick on fire. I wouldn't recommend doing this in real life. Rolling along this web and falling forever. We're dead, except we landed in water. There are some recovery hearts down here if you need them. And Deku Babas in a weird order. 23 is 2401. We want to punish the second one first, the third one second. Any day now. They're ganging up on me. And this one last.
How did you know our secret? How irritating. It's so annoying that I'm going to reveal the secret of Queen Goma to you.
That makes sense.
In order to administer the coup de grace to Queen Goma, strike with your sword while she's stunned. Oh, Queenie. Sorry about that.
Okay. Yeah. Next time on The Legend of Zelda Ocarina of Time, we take on the queen of this place and save the Great Deku Tree from the curse that was placed on him. See you guys then.